Hello everybody, welcome to I Try That for a Dollar for the week of March 30th, 2015. This is Leslie from CoKinesis, and we are looking at Septerra Core. And before I get into this one of the tricky parts of doing the I Try That for a Dollar thing is that I'm looking mainly at these Steam games that are on sale. They're only on sale for a week, so if I'm going to do anything useful, it kind of has to be done quickly so that people can actually see them before the sale's over and, not at the very end. I'm sure most people look at the sales the very first day. It's like Monday around noon for most people. And so this is mostly something I do just to make, test the equipment, kind of get some experience with all that baloney. But the point of that is I can't really choose a game that takes a long time to get into, which I have not always succeeded on. Like a lot of times I'm just looking at the games, I can't really tell what they're about. I broke that rule this time because I actually wanted to play Septerra Core, but the downside of that is I haven't played very long into it, and it's like a long RPG kind of thing. So too bad, I guess. So I have started it. I played a little bit. We'll watch the intro, I'll walk around town, then I'll go to some combat stuff. I just kind of get a feel for the gameplay. Like the longer game, I'm not really as sure about it, but it's kind of interesting. Like I had actually bought this quite a while ago, not for less than $1, but I think it's only $5 right now. And then I just never got around to playing with it. It was one of those mini games on the backlog. So, with that in mind, let's get started. So, Septerra Core. It is on sale for 69 cents. About this game, courtesy of the Steam page. At the very heart of Septerra lies the core, a huge biocomputer. 7 continents at different elevations, each with its own unique people and culture, orbit around the core. According to an ancient prophecy, Septerra's continents will one day converge and join in orbit together on one level. This is the legacy of Marduk, the creator's son. The Chosen, fanatical believers in the supremacy of their own wisdom and technology, impatiently try to force the issue, causing a global catastrophe which threatens the lives of all Septerrians. I think that Septerrian sounds right. I think I got that right. Meanwhile, amongst the Junkers, a young woman named Maya gets caught up in the developing maelstrom and soon finds herself confronted by seemingly insurmountable problems. Without help, she stands no chance of fulfilling the prophecy before Septerra perishes. But whom can she trust in a world torn by war and treacherous intrigue? A world on the edge of the abyss. Should probably try and read those slower. This comes out not sounding great. But that's how I like to do it. Okay, so Septerra Core. Here we go. Let's check out this intro story. As told to us by some guy sitting in a Cthulhu chair.
Lord Doskius threatens heresy by his words, Emperor Aspertine. It is not heresy.
I think Doskius threatens heresy mostly with his eyes, in this case.
Found them, we must use them.
The discovery of the keys that Marduk hid from us.
And you also have a Cthulhu mask and Cthulhu hair. I can't say I disapprove.
But the next conjunction is over 50 years from now, and only at that time can they be used. So
I'm sure all this backstory is very relevant. I'll try and recap because I tend to talk over this stuff, but come on, Lord Doskius, break it down.
Perhaps our task should be to preserve the keys for the future generations that will be able to use
Tell it like it is, Gunnar.
Or does Doskius intend to bring his awesome power to bear?
I like how this is mostly just a meeting of sarcastic jerks.
Watch your tongue, boy. I am the direct descendant of Marduk, son of the Creator. It is my destiny to fulfill his prophecy.
Especially like
I have to step over
sarcastic jerks who are openly gloating about stepping over your father's corpse. Maybe that's common in this society.
How many lives must be wasted to achieve your ends? I very much doubt.
Cthulhu Man is the voice of reason, as usual.
Please tell us how you will
And
collapse.
then Gunnar is the voice of sarcasm again.
Enough.
Bah!
The plan will bring light to the core in days instead of decades.
Know this, instead of explaining my plan,
Marduk teaches that one of his blood shall arise.
I'm just going to kind of go on about how awesome I am.
I am the
Take
one
that.
who was foretold. not tolerate interference by cowards hiding behind the wooden shield of petty
It's a
politics.
tense situation in this meeting chamber full of weird lobster-looking guards and Cthulhu men and people who wear shoulder pads that are way too wide.
But bloodline does not make one great.
But he will need the keys to fulfill his plan.
Haha, fool. He has no keys.
That is what we
If
should
that Steam description tells me anything, it's that he doesn't get hold of the keys and invoke disaster.
Gunner, can I count on your fleet?
As my fathers before me.
Then protect
It's
the
more or
relic.
less the same fleet,
You
Gunner,
must
so
not
I
let
appreciate that.
Darkness change the destiny of the world to meet his own whims.
As you wish.
Alright, well, just
You should come in and
bury
see
one
me.
away again. Oh, okay, meanwhile, somewhere else.
I have to work on runner sensors.
I have to work on runner sensors. That's a promise he's not likely to keep. I have to go put some gel in my hair. It's the style of the age. Ah,
Is he here?
Maybe. What's it worth to you?
Uncle.
it's worth not punching you in the face once. And only barely that.
Traitor, you're cutting my profits here.
Did you notice
Yeah,
anything from the junk
in order to be a
house?
traitor,
Today, I'm
you have to have some loyalty first. Kind of like him.
While Grub and I were out
I'm not doing this,
ships in the sky.
like skipping the dialogue thing. That happened in my earlier playthroughs too. It just kind of jumps past
What are you
the
so afraid of, Maya?
text
Probably didn't even see you.
It doesn't matter.
sporadically.
This time they came.
And it hasn't really been an issue. Like most of the time, they're not saying anything important.
It's happened here.
But it is kind of annoying. All right. Once upon a time,
Their ships
whatever,
stayed
10, 15 years ago, he probably said,
Many people died, including your
ships flew overhead.
son. We've been a
Everyone
city of
fought
orphans
in
and
Junkertown here.
It took 10 years to
It was
rebuild.
tragic. And now there's a city of orphans and elders.
I know. You and Maya have taken care of us ever since. You can never let us forget.
You're too young to read
I know it's on
the
purpose, but I really do
As
just kind of want to
teacher
throttle this kid.
Lysias would say,
It doesn't get any
history
better.
falls into cycles.
I haven't played far enough to where he's like
Mayor,
learned his lesson or anything.
this.
Search the place. They're hiding in here somewhere.
Good day, Uncle. Good day, Miss Maya. It's a fine day. Yes, the fresh air would do wonders for you, Uncle.
All right.
Work bots
Now,
are cool,
we're
though.
not here to eat lunch. We're here to arrest smugglers.
You'll find no lawbreakers amongst
Man,
the
are you-
junkers.
I'm the mayor of this town, and I can do as I like. Someone is smuggling weapons.
I think
from
you're
the
here
junkyard to a
to
city
get some
on
glasses
the
or
road.
something. There's something wrong with your eyes,
They're gonna get
Mayor.
us all killed.
This has gone too far. Get out of our house. Now!
Admittedly, there's something wrong with her hair, but
Oh, don't think this is over. Where there's trouble, it's always the junkers at the heart of it.
hey, buddy, technically you're a junker too. Like the mayor of Junkertown, you're the most junker.
Not sure.
Probably to class. The place you are probably late for as well, Maya. Perhaps you can ask your teacher about these ships.
That guy kind of looks like a frogman. And that's all I got to say about his frogman face. All right, here we are. Our adventure begins. So I talked over some of that. There's turmoil, political turmoil in the upper section of the world where all the people who think they're so cool live, the descendants of Marduk. Marduk sounds like it came from somewhere else, or that I've heard it from some other game, but I can't place it. Down here in Junkertown, which is like a level lower on the Septerra sphere, or whatever, the core, life is not so good. You're salvaging, but you see these ships flying overhead. Last time that happened, the world practically ended. They fought here. Maya's parents were killed. Everyone, I don't know why, only the like adults were killed and not the kids or the elders. I guess they all hid since they weren't really fighting. And your little orphan buddy is a jerk. And he deserves everything that he's got coming to him. I haven't got to the part where he gets his, but I plan to be the one to deliver it if possible. All right, so I'm controlling this kind of old school Diablo style. It's sort of old school Diablo style / point and click. If I just click on a place, you'll walk there slowly. If you double click, she'll run. If you click and hold, she'll just run in whatever direction you're moving around. So this is kind of a cross between RPG and very light point and click elements. Like there has been a point where I had to find a thing and click on that thing and then click on a box to make it interact with that box, and do that a couple times with a couple different things, but it hasn't really happened much. I go to bed. I guess this is my house. I want to sleep on this dirty, not very cool bed. So, it's a pet peeve, by the way, about apocalyptic or junker societies. It's like, I know, like you're living on salvage and all that kind of stuff. Like, I know you're not finding the cleanest things, but someone somewhere figured out how to make some like drywall or something. Like things don't need to be this dirty. You're using sheet metal, that's fine. You can cover it with something. You can junk up some wallpaper. This refrigerator, you can scrub it down. Everything always looks like trash. I guess it's supposed to. It wants you to see the theme. All right, enough of that. So I got to go to class. Before I do that, which I'm not going to do, by the way, because we'll get to the part where to me, the game slows down quite a bit, and that happens before we get to the first objective, going to class. But that's okay. Right now we're in Junkertown, so we're gonna run around and explore in circles. Kind of hear that thing. You can't really interact with it. So keep on going, Maya. Oh yeah, got this cool map. Hit tab. Yellow, I guess, are exits from the area. The green ramps just go up or down to different levels of the map, which I can't scroll through or anything. This map is very, very arcadey, like old arcade looking, vector looking almost. So people to talk to. What's up, random lady walking down the street?
What's up?
Tell me stories.
Rob recently, just this morning. Well, don't tell him. But Mayor is trying to duplicate his precious work.
Haha, that silly Mayor.
He can.
Too bad he's an idiot.
Not on your life.
All right. We'll check out the stockpile.
Would you care to buy anything?
Sure. I like your goggles. All right, we're gonna shop. All right, I only got $3.50. You sell engines, turbo engines, and grenades. That's what you find at your local Ace Hardware store. Yeah. I can't afford anything. I'm just looking around right now. I guess I could afford a turbo engine or an engine, but I'm not going to. I got better things to spend my money on. And this is one of those, if there's something you can interact with, a little interact icon will come up. That's kind of the point and click part of it. If it's an eye, you just kind of look at it, whatever. But yeah, nothing in here. It's kind of old school. There is no hold down tab to highlight items you can interact with or any of that good stuff. Hey, what you kids doing? Gambling? All right, let me in.
Hey, you guys. You're staying away from the desert, right?
First thing I ask every kid I ever met.
Go out, Maya.
Yeah, we're not afraid of anything.
Well, I'm not going to bother to warn you away from it. You guys look like you know what you're doing. Running around. We got here. Oh, hey, what's up, my friend?
How's the junking business these days?
Pretty good. I tell you, there must be something going on up on the shell above. They're dumping junk like there's no tomorrow.
That's... If there were no tomorrow... Yeah, if there were no tomorrow, I'd be dumping junk all day. That is a euphemism for sex, right? 'Cause, oh man, if not, I've been saying all the wrong things to the lady. Hey, barflies. How's it going?
Hey, Maya.
That. You can click on, when you got these conversations, you can click on the faces of your party members. They'll give you a little bit of dialogue. I don't know why this wasn't just a conversation option. Hey, it is pretty funny how you're currently too young for the morgue.
Grub says hello.
That. See, I'm not clicking through that.
He left when the mayor pissed him off.
Grub's still mad at Mayor.
Yeah, I know. I was there. Tell me about the Chosen.
I saw Chosen ships today.
Chosen, eh? The last time they started coming around was like hell.
Remember when your mom died from that? Remember that time when they were here? It was hell on earth because your mom died?
They're all civilized and stuff, but you don't see junkers killing each other.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah. Junkers just get really sarcastic with each other.
He doesn't really hurt anyone.
size. We're old. What the
Yep.
hell can we do?
I see where the message of this game, old people can't do anything. That's good message to pass on to the next generation, guys.
Have you guys seen Tor?
Oh, he's been junking a lot lately. Down south.
I need to figure out how to put a modern spin to the context of the word junkin'. I want to fit that in conversation. Just be like, yeah, I've been junking around.
Have you ever been to any other workshop?
Went downtown the other day. I junked like there was no tomorrow. Then I gotta get out of that innuendo euphemism thing, though. Gotta clean it up. I don't actually care what any of you people have to say. Just giving a little taste of the wisdom you can get from
how to core generate.
How to core generate. Well, that's easy. They just do. They work by converting things into, yeah, your generator supplies it with power for functions, but some things need extra power. That's how cores work. You click on it till it works, okay? All right. Wander around town some more. Talk to another stranger. I don't think anyone in town actually has anything useful to say. Like, this guy, no conversation topics.
How's your back going?
Not too good.
Yeah, tell me about your back.
The mayor's making my life miserable.
What's he doing?
All
now?
around making like he's all important and all.
How do you become the mayor? Like, is this a duly elected official, or is this just a guy whose last name is Mayor? Yep. Old Jackie Mayer has been bugging us with his stupid robots again. And nothing up here. Running around Junktown. Tell me more about your back. All right. Hey, how about you?
Welcome. Look around.
Why, thank you. Would you care to sell me some bread? Possibly a root. Or maybe an iron heart. Or true strike. I don't know what those are. Are those cards? I'll get around to the cards system momentarily too. I'm more or less done with exploring town. There's not a whole lot else to see. I go talk to the mayor and watch him be a... Save my language for later. And then we'll get into the actual game mechanics outside of running around talking to people. And then that'll be it. This one may be a short one. So none of this stuff I care about. I don't know what these are, and I can't afford them anyway. If they're cards, I'll come back for them. Double click to run. Come on. We got wolves to ignore and big crabmen to fight. What's up, Mayor?
Don't you have
You really need to do something about those eyes. Let's have a casual conversation. How's it going?
Better if these infernal machines would work faster.
Sorry, sir.
You know,
You shouldn't treat Grubb's work bot so
you should
bad.
view life through a smile, man. Come on.
We know who that is, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who is boss. There are two humans in here. One of them is a boss, and one of them is not. You can figure out which one is which, Mayor.
Some strange ships pass overhead today.
Oh, they didn't head this way, did they?
No, I think they were heading for Shell 3. Should we at least warn everyone, just in case?
Just what do you expect to do? Fight them off with junk?
Yeah, let them die in ignorance. That's the Mayor way.
Work faster.
I wouldn't count on Grubb to repair the work bots if you break them.
That sheet? I wouldn't
count on a guy named Grubb to do anything to my work bots.
Well, he wouldn't have left if you had used the bots for what he intended them for, collecting junk from the desert.
Grubb's too narrow-minded. There are millions of uses for the bots. You just wait and see.
Yeah, that needs to be followed up with, like, the evil laugh. All right, I'm getting out of here. All right, that is more or less the town. Junkville is part of the map. Yellow means getting out, and I am getting out. All right, so this kind of takes you to an overmap. not the world map. You can go to different sections. I'm not going to go to the smelting complex or the junk heap because there are work bots there who say you can't go in. So that's kind of pointless. Therefore, the world map it is. So here we are. We're in the world map. This is the city. Thankfully, there are no random encounters there. The world map is actually, so far, kind of irrelevant. Like, they could have just put icons. But, you know, get a feel for the sense of the world layout. You can kind of see these different tiers of the world. I think it said there were 7 or 8 different levels. Kind of look over the edge of these floating continents and see what's going on down there. Right now it's clouds. Oh, down here, yeah, you can see it's kind of city. Looks like a farm with a big long hexagon fence around it. That's probably cool. Probably go there someday. Can I see it better from here? No, I can't. You got the pumping station. Similar. Oh well. I'll show you a little something in the pumping station. There's nothing here to fight. There's nothing going on. But exploration is important. Hey, what's this?
Looks like wire conduits.
I better take them for no good reason. They're mine now. And that's where kind of the point and click thing comes in. There will be a point later on where I need to click on those wires and interact with something else. Let's go get the other piece. I'm not even going to get to that point because it requires fighting that I don't feel like doing. Hey, it's Grub's place.
Hey there, Runner. Nice to see you too.
The thing's name is Runner. I need to look up the date that this game was made because Runner reminds me of another robot, you know, dog-looking thing. And he's also pretty badass. In a fight, I want Runner on my side. Hey, what's this? A thing to pick up? Give it. Was this yours, Grub? And I emphasize the word was. What's up, my friend?
Hey, Maya,
Let's talk about the mayor.
The mayor's using your work bots as his own little police force.
They're very ineffective.
That's why I left Oasis to work out here.
Well, you could still come by and see us every once in a while, you know.
Sorry.
Yeah, I could do a lot of things, all right? Anything?
Uncle says hello.
Uh-huh.
Mayor says hi.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what is up with that text speed. Talk to me, Runner/dog. That's what I like to hear. Oh, who's a good boy?
Nice to see you too.
Robot dogs seem cool in theory, but only when they act like real dogs, and we just don't have the technology yet. Alright, so what I'm supposed to do at this point is go through this crummy canyon to school, which is all the way over here. This arrow is pointing in the right direction. It's this way. And I guess me and Tori are both supposed to go through this freaking deadly murder canyon, the murder badlands, full of wolves and other jerks. And you can do it. Like, I did it. There's one that I had to avoid. I just couldn't kill him. I could probably go back and do it now on the other save game I have, but why would you? But anyway, you go over there. You go to school. They tell you a little bit more about the history of the land. You come back and talk to your good friend Uncle again, and he's all like, man, I still haven't seen Tori. And you're like, he wasn't at school. Because Tori asked you to cover for him, and you're like, no, I'm not stupid, and you're a jerk. And your uncle says, hey, go find him. And you do. And oh man, dun dun dun. Big surprise. Tori was the one who's smuggling weapons. But they say you talking to him, they blame you for it, and then you're on the run. These are not big spoilers. This is just what happens in it'd be the first like 10 minutes of the game if you didn't count the fighting and all that. So, I'm going to jump from where I am right now to I'm going to jump to here. As you can tell, the next section, the section I'm jumping into, involves some crab conflict. Like a lot. An unusual amount. Did not mean to hit return. I meant to hit load. All right, so this is the beginning of it. Load. All right, so when you go to find Tori, after he runs away after you're accused and you gotta go find him, you're ostensibly going to save him, even though everyone thinks you're the smuggler. So I don't know what you are saving him from specifically, other than himself. So yeah, when you do that, you got some people on your team. You got Grub here and Runner. You can take a look at them. So the icons on the left are hit points. 53 out of 53, 37 out of 37, 72 out of 72, because Grub is awesome. Up top, the 17 out of 19 are your core points. And I'll show you what core points do momentarily, as soon as I get into a fight. Over here is your inventory. You kind of break it down between key items, which I don't have any because I used the 2 that I had on that. The circuits and the engine that I picked up before for a puzzle earlier. You got this root, heals 250. Your bread heals 50. Core rune restores 24 core energy. And that's really all I got so far. You go in here. I'll show you the fate cards in a minute. Your skills. Just got 3. And the 1, 4, and 7 kind of correspond with the level, like the amount of time it takes to pull this off. It's kind of an active turn system, which you'll see as soon as we go into combat. But you got your basics, your stats, your level for everyone. Runner, pretty good stats. You got your equipment. I found and equipped this sweet turbo engine, and that's pretty much it. You got party, except I only have these 3 people. That's the only party I can have. It says on the Steam page you get up to, I think, 9 people in your team. Something to advertise, I guess. And the fate cards. So use these in combat. I'll show you those in just a second too. But you can see up here, actually. So core points, it's base, it's magic, it's mana, whatever you want to call it, and it is a total team pool. And you see over here, she has 10 core, he has 8 core, he has 1 core, for a total of 19. So it's not, you're not casting from your own core pool. It's like everyone hanging out together. I guess you just generate core like you're all some sort of one monogamous battery. And you see I've either used 2 or I leveled once, and it doesn't cap you out when you level, so something like that. Got my money. Should have bought some cool whatever was in that town. I guess I could run back if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. And the cards. So Hydro Attack, that's 6 core. You see up top, 17 drops down to 11 in theory. Yeah. Kira's Heal is 10. So these things are expensive. I don't, like I said, I have not played far enough to get a real feel for this stuff. I'm sure that you get more core, like probably substantially more core. I have seen equipment that gives you, here, 2 more core, but the rest of your stats are crummy. So I don't know how critical core stuff is. I've mostly just been attacking. Let's see how that works out. All right, so checking out this map. We're still on the hunt. Yeah, there we are, little blinking red dots. We are on the hunt for our good friend / little brother / little punk Tori. So is he this way? Everyone leap into action. See, that's, oh, what? You leaped out of nowhere. All right, so, oh, gotta stop it. They're probably all gonna attack. Okay, so to explain this, it's active, like time, active time battle, something like that. I can't remember the exact words. A lot of other games use it. So under each character's portrait, you have 3 sections, and each of those sections represents an action. And right now I have it paused, but normally that's just going up and going up and going up like that. Once you hit a bar, that means you can use an action. And I've got Maya selected here. You can see she has rifle shot available, but not rifle Vulcan or not rifle Gatling. And that is because she only has 1 of these filled up. Our good friend Grub down here is gonna Nope. Yeah, okay. It's tricky to switch between them. You can't really. You have to unpause it and then select someone else, which is like the way you stop it is by clicking on their portrait. There may be a better way that I'm just missing, but it took me at least one battle of dying going, how in the heck do I make these guys attack to even figure that much out? So I'm sticking with it. Anyway, Grub here has 2 bars full, so he can do his level 1 staff, his level 2 staff hit. Repair is just his ability. You can see that this is also taking up core points. So 17 out of 12, it's 5 points to repair our good friend Runner, for example. Maybe there are other mechanical allies. I don't know how repair is doing damage to mechanical enemies, but I'll take it. I haven't fought any yet, so who cares? And then once you fill up the entire bar, you have staff strike. So these are not really... The only difference is that they're just more powerful versions. So you're using your staff, he'll hit for like 3 points. If you use a staff hit, he'll hit for 6 or 7. If you use a staff strike, he'll hit for 9 or 10 or 11. Which I have not got to the point where I see a whole lot of value in just using your lowest power attack over and over. Like fighting the crabmen, yes, because pretty much every attack just does 1 point of damage. So there's like some armor stuff like that. You want to use an item, you only need 1 bar for that. So like I could go down to Runner over here. Excuse me. Runner over here and use an item right now, or use his weakest attack. And it seems like using... I need to play around with this, but it seems like using an item in your most powerful attack just means you're wasting all of these bars. Like as soon as they accumulate, you can do one thing, whether it's a powerful thing or a not so powerful thing, and then they're all just gone. In fact, let's try that out. I'm going to click on this level 1 staff and see if this just depletes a bar. And then I click on this guy. Actually, nope, used everything. So there was no reason whatsoever to use that lower powered attack at that point. Alright, I clicked on her so that it would stay paused. But I don't actually want to use her. I'm going to go ahead and just wait for her to max out. Mostly because it saves attack animations. As we get to another one of my kind of recurring problems with these older games, which is probably not fair, but the combat stuff is so slow. Let's get to it. Every time they attack, everything stops. Everyone jumps everywhere. Go. Alright. Your attack is slow. Yeah, like... And they go so fast that they just go over and over. Oh, come on. I want this guy to... It's not a true active turn system. ATB, active turn base, something like that. ATS. Because every time they attack, everything stops. So that is actually... when I just let the combat flow, it'll mean more, but that's actually detrimental to my tactics. But whatever, we'll get to that. I'm just going to attack for now. Your maximum attack. Like it. This guy kind of sucks on his attack. So his maximum attack did like 10. Runner, show him how it's done. With your mouth cannon. Like Bahamut cannon, 29. Yeah, like it. So I would normally wait for hers to get maxed out. But I think this thing's close enough to death that I can kill it. Yeah, so there's no point in waiting then. So there's a little bit of strategy there, but... okay, when I start a fight where I'm not just talking about every single move, we'll see how the natural flow progresses. So running through the desert. Oh, it's a monster. Get him. Everyone jumped position. That's 2 monsters. It's kind of hilarious how they jump to position. Alright, I'm going to wait till we max out, because there's really no reason not to. Slowly wait until we max out. Come on. Okay. Alright. I'm going to focus on this thing. Oh no. Actually, I should not have focused on that thing, not because the other one's any more dangerous, but the other one's attack animation seems a lot slower. Which to me means I want to kill it first. I don't care if it's more dangerous or not. That thing is making this fight take way longer than it needs to be. Yeah, that. Get up. Alright. Got you. I started with this guy. I might as well try and finish him. Yeah. And now Dog's maxed out attack should be in Dog. I'm going to keep calling him Dog. His name is Runner. He looks like Dog. It looks like Dog from Half-Life 2. There, I said it. Found some bread. Delicious. Alright, so not so bad. 2 enemies. At least they're not random encounters, but it's like, well, I guess we're fighting this one now. And this one is kind of tedious. This one's not even dangerous. But it's the one where every attack is basically doing 1 point of damage, so in this case you do want to use all of your fastest attacks. But I don't really count that as a strategy so much as something that just makes the fight take way longer. It's kind of the same thing I complained about in Gorky 17 and I don't know, other games that I've put out of my head for this segment. And I know it's just it's a sign of the times. Like when these games were created. Like I think this one was 1999. I'll check it here in a second. Which I guess would put it around. Yeah, I don't know. But it's just so slow. It's so slow, and this area was so long, and I just missed, and that was another waste of attack animation. Your attack animation is cool, Runner. I get it, but it doesn't need to take that long. You don't need to jump forward and take a swing, man. Just go old school like Final Fantasy animation and stand in place and wave your sword around in the air, wave your stick around in the air, and let damage happen. And this guy it's only doing 1 point of damage. He probably only has like 15 hit points or something, and he doesn't really attack back in any way that's meaningful. Oh, finally. He's just kind of there. All up in your way. And we continue to run. And we're exploring. Oh, it's a monster. Oh god, another monster from behind. And we begin again. So, this is not the end of the world. It looks like it's kind of trying to go for some sort of... Oh, it's not the same kind of monster. I'm going to wait these guys out. Attack at max damage. It's almost like it's going for some sort of fake Chrono Trigger deal. It's like everyone kind of positions themselves, and you got your little active bar, and as soon as one pops up, except time still goes, and like, it's a mess. It's sort of a mess. Like you click on them. If this person needs just like a fraction of a second to go, while you're like, say, I'm working on this guy right now, he's almost ready to go. I have to turn him off and go down here and click, and in that period of time, I have lost whatever he would have accrued after attacking and starting over from the beginning, which doesn't seem like much, but there are a lot of attacks that are just on the... You're waiting to go, you're just kind of like, you want it to get to that bar, and the second it does, you're clicking as hard as you can, and then all three of the enemies just go because I guess they have their turn 1 microsecond before yours, and it's a big headache. So... Anyway, like I said, I don't want to use him yet. I'm going to move up to him. And I can't just click back and forth until I unpause it. So he's lost another couple fractions of a second. He probably would have been a third of the way up to his next turn. Whatever. Attack. You hadn't noticed Dog goes way slower because he's so strong. That's understandable. I can appreciate that. But he's like way slower. But I don't care because he does this. Yay, 40 points of damage with his mouth cannon. 18 experience points for everyone, 18 gold. Just out of curiosity, how's everyone doing on experience? You need 334. That's too many. You need 222. You need 662. Did you get a level while I was looking? No? Yes? Maybe? Does it actually say their level? Oh yeah, level 3, level 2, level 3. Heck yeah. Because you're awesome. Yeah, and I don't know if you're supposed to be awesome. You all have the same amount of experience. He just needs more to get to the next level. Maybe he's a slow grower, but he gets strong. At least he can heal runner. All right, so that's actually going to be about it. The rest of this area, hard to see from here because you can only see that level. The rest of the area is pretty big. There are a lot of monsters. It's probably another 20 minutes to half an hour just to run through fighting the ones that you have to fight. I will run up here. I think there was one that's sleeping or something. Nope. I'll run up here because it's a big waste of time. There's another one. Another one of these little walkways that curves around. There's a sleeping crabman. I don't really know the point of the sleeping crabman. I tried to get by him. He just woke up and attacked me anyway. Maybe I need to walk softly around the sleeping crabman. Run. Oh, or was that a... Oh yeah, there's another ledge going down there that I didn't follow. I did when I first played through this, and there were like 4 fights and then a treasure chest. But I could not get the time back from those 4 fights. Oh god, watch out. I see you. I see you right down there. But I don't know. I actually may play some more of this. I'm hoping that once you advance a little bit and you get a couple levels and maybe some new skills and actually I'm sorry, I'll go play and use a card. Hey, it's Crabman. It's card time. Jump into place. And I'm gonna see if using a more powerful card or a card with a higher... What are you doing, Crabman? Higher bar here makes a difference. Alright, so the cards, I don't really understand this part of it. Like, alright, you select cards, that's cool. And then you drag the card into the slot of a person, which means now they are using it, but it's not like they're equipping it. You just do that, and then you select your target, and it does it, and then it's gone. Like, it's... And you only take one. Alright, well, that doesn't matter. Maybe the test... I'll have to make another test with someone who doesn't negate all but 1 point of damage. About you? Anyone need health? Yes. So I got a good friend Grub here. Like, why don't you just click the card and then click the target? Why you gotta click the card and drag it all the way over here? Over here, excuse me. And then click a target. Like you. Click it over here. Can you click her portrait? She's healed for 41. And now I am out of core energy. What are you doing? You are charged. Oh gosh. See, I tried to click on dog, but instead he got whirlwinded. Oh, stunned. Oh, booed. Takes dog forever to get up to 3. He was about to attack. It's on. And then it's off because I'm not going to finish this fight. Click on you to make the fight not continue. So, anyway, as I was saying before, I'm hoping that once you get more options, these fights kind of pick up a little bit. Like maybe you can attack groups of enemies and maybe you can kill things much faster than you can right now because it's pretty slow right now. It's taking a lot of hits to kill anything. Like I said, when I went through the first area, I died to the first enemy I found because he immediately summoned 2 other enemies and there was nothing I could do. It was bad news. I approached it poorly. I should have attacked other weaker things first, I guess. But I like sort of high fantasy / steampunk stories. I like a good sci-fi tale. I wrote a blog about it, about liking stories, that is. And it's true. So like the setting for this is pretty neat for me. This is something that I would like to see done in a more modern context. And I guess there are plenty of other games that do that, but those games aren't on sale for under 99 cents right now. So this is what I got. Move this around. So I might keep playing this since I am so early in. I might actually just record another, like use this as my intro, and then record another video and put it in Sink or Swim or something. Just kind of play as I go, or record as I play instead of doing it as a demo, trying to explain things. But we'll see. I got a lot of other stuff to work on too, and I'm just getting started on Pillars of Eternity, which has similar but way better. Oh, I'm looking forward to Pillars of Eternity. So, all right, well, that will be it for this video. Possibly for this week's. I tried that for $1. I think I might actually put up another one of an easier game to go through, something where you don't have to play for a few hours before you get all the mechanics down. But I still think this one's kind of neat, and I want to give it a longer try. So we will see how that goes. So, all right, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Miss. Oh, it was the worst game ever. I take it all back.